So let me talk a little bit about the frictionless commerce process. How do we actually work with clients? So we are based in Michigan. None of our clients are here in Michigan, and that's totally fine. And the reason why it works so well is because we are able to deeply understand the marketing challenges that clients have by looking at their analytics data. We're a super small team of hardcore geeks that are very fascinated by consumer psychology. And what excites us more than anything else in the world is finding interesting marketing problems, very difficult marketing problems. And so just as important as it is for you to find an agency that can help you, it's important for us to find the right kind of opportunities for us to focus our energy. At the end of the day, we are a mathematics-driven based company. We are based on statistics, we're based on facts. So we really care about what are shoppers actually doing in a website as opposed to what someone might infer as what is happening on the website. Once we are able to identify the friction, that's the name frictionless commerce, we are able to create hypotheses and theories on what we can do to fix that point of friction, and then we run those things as A/B tests. So there are three aspects of what we do. The first is we do a deep dive analysis into analytics data, not just looking at the overall picture, but to segment out the data to understand specifically where the friction is. The next thing we do is called deconstruction. So once we identify a problem, we deconstruct it, which means we look at every single pixel, every single word, and every single emotion that is being expressed on that page. It seems very simple, but almost all of the great ideas that I've had over the last 9 years have come based on that. And then the final thing we do is we take all those hundreds of ideas that we have during the deconstruction, and we craft together a test concept, of ABC test or whatever it is that we come up with, and then we run it against the control to see if our idea truly is as good as we know it is. I am totally obsessed with this framework that we developed. I'm totally obsessed with understanding how to influence the consumer psychology. If you are just as obsessed about your product or service or the marketing problem that you're facing, you owe it to yourself and to me to have a conversation, and let's figure out if we can solve this together. All of the clients that we work with are interested in not just improving their conversion rates by 5%, but they want to fundamentally change their businesses. They want to fundamentally disrupt their marketplaces. And in order to do that, we have to come to them with a series of ideas, some of which are so controversial and some of which are so dangerous that they probably won't even ever see the day of light. But that discipline of accepting ideas and being open to fundamentally questioning the foundational pieces of our marketing strategy is really where I think great ideas come from. But the only kinds of companies that we work with are the ones that embrace that idea. So it might seem arbitrary for us to have this constraint on the kinds of customers that we are attracting, but I can tell you from absolute experience there is a very good reason for that. The fact of the matter is that if we want to have a successful project, there is only one way to do that, and that way is to have no sacred cows. And what that means is that we need to be courageous enough and brave enough to question and challenge every marketing assumption we've made about our customers, and that's the only way in which this can be done. If you look at any website, the average conversion rate is maybe 4 or 5%. So 95% of people don't convert. Our objective, the reason why we named the business Frictionless Commerce, is that what we are really focused on is understanding the 95% of people that don't convert, understanding their mindset, and the name Frictionless Commerce illustrates that focus of ours. There's no mystery to understanding if we're the right fit for you. The solution is very simple. It's staring us in the face. All you have to do is come to us with a very specific, difficult marketing problem that's confused you for a while. Give us an opportunity to present our take on it, and then I'll just let the work do the talking for us, because I'm convinced you're going to be blown away.